Hi, how are you? Good to see you. We've been doing the same theme song for like 5 years. And some people are saying, Ron, it's getting a little bit monotonous. So, okay, fine. So let's open the show with a different kind of theme song today. Here we go. Let's start the show.
Step back so our circle's a little bit bigger and you have some more room. Had enough, have you? Okay, Daniel. Just put it on the tray and then come and join us. Feet apart, everybody. Down to your toes we go. And look up into the sky. Maybe we'll see some clouds today. Was it raining at your house this morning?
No.
Let's see if we can chase the rain away then.
Okay.
Ready, please, Mr. Music. Stretch up. A few clouds over there, I think. A few black ones over there. Bend and stretch.
Hey, welcome to the Ron Van Dam Show. Thanks for being with us.
Bend and stretch, reach for the stars. There goes Jupiter, here comes Mars. Bend and stretch, reach for the sky. Stand on tippy-toe, oh so high.
On the air everywhere, this is New England Broadcasting.
Welcome to the Ron Van Dam Show. Hold on tight. Things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
I think I hurt my back when I bent and stretched.
Whatever.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's the Ron Van Dam Show. Yeah, this is pretty much it. All right, that's enough. Let's just get on with it, shall we? Well, happy election day to you. I'm going to church. Is that right? You're supposed to go to church on election day? No, that's Christmas and Easter. I always get those mixed up. Yeah, I do get them mixed up. Election day and Christmas. Last year I voted for Jesus, and I don't know what the hell's going on. I really don't know. Look, I'm not going to preach or pontificate, because that didn't work out for them. What I am going to say to you is you better damn vote, because, and I hope you have more time before the polls close. And I'm saying that because, my goodness, if there's just one thing you should do for this country, it is vote. We want whoever is sitting in any seat in public office to be there because the entire country voted. Not half of them, not a third of them. Everybody who was able to vote, voted, and therefore the person in that seat is definitely a good representation of the majority of votes. Anything short of that is a debacle. So vote your little ass off. Vote once, vote twice, vote 3 times, whatever. Although I don't think you can, but you can try. No, don't do that. Just vote once. Will you do me that favor? And I don't know. I did early voting. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I did early voting last week because I wanted to avoid the rush, and I knew who I was voting for in every given circumstance. So I did. And it was pleasant because there weren't a lot of people there. I kind of zipped through the whole thing. I knew what I wanted. There was nothing to mull over. And as I was checking out, you're supposed to give your name and your address, when you walk in, and then when you leave, when you shove the little ballot in the slot, you give your name and address again. And this time the lady said, here, let me give you a sticker. And I said, well, thank you, but I graduated from nursery school many years ago. I don't get stickers for the things that I should be doing anyway. And she said, no, this sticker says, I voted. And I said, well, thank you very much for giving me a free sticker, but I know I voted, and I don't think I have to tell everybody. And she said, well, I'm not supposed to talk to you, but let me just tell you that when you wear the I voted sticker, you might be suggesting to someone who wasn't going to vote that they should vote. And I said, okay, you're telling me that because I have a sticker on my left bosom, that all of a sudden is going to make complete strangers who don't know who I am say to themselves, oh my God, look at that tall, weird-looking person. He voted. If he can vote, well, darn it, so can I. I really don't think that it promotes that kind of reaction in people. I think the reaction is, look at that tall, weird-looking person putting stickers on his bosom. So I said no. I said I don't even wear "Hello, my name is" little tags. I don't need to display things on my body like I'm some type of car putting bumper stickers on my body. I don't need to do that. Thank you very much. Anyway, have a nice day. And then I turned to her and I said, have you voted yet? And she said, I can't tell you. Then I'm not wearing a sticker. You can't tell me if you voted, but I'm supposed to walk around with a sticker on my bosom telling everybody that I voted. It's kind of a conceited thing as far as I'm concerned. Hey, look, I voted. Hey, look at me. I voted. Oh, I voted already. I'm special. I don't need stickers. I, by the way, I have never in my entire life as a human being or otherwise ever had a bumper sticker on my car. Never, ever, ever have I ever. Because my car, whether I pay for it in cash, which is hard to do, lease it, mortgage it, make payments, whatever, I'm not going to blemish that car. That's a lot of money sitting on that car. That's first of all. Secondly, my car is not a billboard for my expressions of opinion. It's just dumb. So I don't. Anyway, vote, but not now. Wait till the show's over and then go vote. And I'm not going to tell you how to vote. All I can say is this is a very important election because the results of this will either allow a crazy, demented leader of this country who has no boundaries, no morals, no discipline, no brains, will allow that person continued free reign. So if you want him to do it, then, whatever. He actually said the election was about him. Okay, no problem. You made my voting a lot easier. Thank you very much. Hey, God. Oh, my God. There's a caravan of young rock-throwing children, apparently, on their way. They should arrive in a couple of months, but President Leader there sent 15,000 troops to the border to stop kids from throwing rocks at them. I mean, someone's got to be stopped, and it isn't the kids. It's not the kids. It's the adult that acts like the kid. That's who we should stop. But you vote for who you want. I don't care. Whatever. Well, hi. How are you, by the way? As I've said so many times on this show, I feel a little faulty in not offering you something to eat. Any good host, and I am a radio host, any good host offers their guests a little something. Like a little finger sandwich, and you know which finger that would be. Maybe a little potato salad on the side. You into that? How about a pickle? Kosher, dill? What's it going to be? Some kind of little salad on the side, a garden salad, a tossed salad, a caprese, perhaps? I don't know. I can give you like a coupon, 20% off at Bed Bath & Beyond. By the way, I don't understand that store. I don't quite get it. Everybody gets a coupon in the mail, and they all get 20% off. I don't, because I didn't get a coupon in the mail. That's racism. I'm trying to figure out what the store really is about. They specify that they have stuff specifically for the bed, which I guess has got to be a pillow and a blanket. I don't know what else would be for the bed. And then they also have stuff for the bath. That's the second part. Bed, bath. That's stuff that apparently goes in the bathroom, like bathroom towels, maybe a plunger, some soap. I don't even think they have soap, to be honest with you. A bath mat, perhaps they have shower curtains, things for the bath. So here's what we got here. We got bed, bath, and then they probably said after that, oh, fuck it, beyond everything else too. And beyond. Beyond, you got your bed, you got your bath. What else? Everything else. Why don't you just call the store Beyond? Because what's the point of specifically naming bed and bath and then saying the third thing and everything else? What are you doing? What exactly are you trying to say? Let's see. I don't need anything for the bed. I don't need anything for the bath. Beyond, that opens up a lot more possibilities. Oh, stupid store. I don't care for it. It's fun to walk through, but annoying to buy. I had a friend that was getting married. A female friend. I have female friends. The male friends, I'm not too thrilled with them. All they do is talk about sports, and they get very hopped up and angry about talking about sports statistics. And I don't care about that. So I find little in common with them beyond sports, and it's pretty much it. I have a couple of female friends because we talk about things, like when I'm getting my next period, which seems to be every day. So anyway, that sounded wrong, didn't it? So anyway, so we talk a lot. So this woman is she's getting married, and to a nice guy who, I don't know if he talks sports or not. I haven't met the guy. Probably a nice guy. And so they're getting married, and I got invited to the wedding. This is years ago. Years ago. It's the only thing I remember. Years ago, they're getting married, and they have a bridal registry. I didn't know what the hell that was. I was just going to get him a crock pot and a check for $25, something like that, somewhere between $20 and $25. And someone said, Ron, you can't just give him $25. It's got to be like a couple of $100. I said, no, it's going to be a crock pot, believe me. They're going to love it. They go out in the morning. They put the meat in the crock pot. They come home. It smells great. They eat their dinner. They'll love it. They'll love me for it. So this girl says, Ron, we started a bridal registry at Bed Bath and Beyond. And I said, okay, now what does that mean? And she said, well, you go in there, you call them, you go online, whatever the case may be, and it has a list of the stuff that I want. And it'll tell you if someone already chose that item so that we don't get two of the same thing. And my immediate response was, oh my God, I hope nobody did the crock pot thing. She says, you don't understand. We don't want a crock pot. We made a list of the things that we want. And then I thought, well, you know what? That's a little presumptuous. For you to tell me what you want, and then I can choose from a list and get it for you? This sounds like you're sending me out to a supermarket with a shopping list. Ron, pick up a head of lettuce, a gallon of milk, and peanuts. What? How dare you tell me what you want, and I have to choose something from your presumptuous list and get it for you? I don't like that. I'll give you what I damn please. And that's going to be a crock pot. So she thought I was kidding because I'm always joking around, but I wasn't. And I didn't get her a crock pot because someone told me that that's not right. They said, Ron, come here. I just want to talk to you for a sec. What's the matter? That crock pot idea? A little outdated. But people still use crock pots. I know. But unless it's on their list, don't do it. Do what I damn want. So I went to the wedding. I was bored. So bored. Such a boring thing to do. To sit amongst people that know the bride and the groom. And the bride and the groom are the center of attention. Not even the groom. It's just the bride. Screw the groom, which will apparently happen a little bit later on in the evening. But it's for the bride. She's the fairy princess. She's the center of attention. And the groom better understand that, too. If the groom dare wander away at any given point during the wedding day, they'll be hell to pay. Because it's all about her. So, and I don't like that, because that lets me out of the mix. So when I sit at the... So I go to the wedding and everybody's dancing and I don't dance. I can't dance. I'm too tall. I'm 6'3". And when I go to weddings, I wear these boots usually because they're good looking shoes, but they happen to be boots, not cowboy boots. They're like shoe boots, and they have a heel on them. So I go from 6'3" to 6'5". So when I go out on the dance floor, my head is well above the crowd. And if it's bobbing up and down, you're going to be looking at me. You might as well shine a spotlight on me. A spotlight of schmuckdom. So I don't dance. I'll do a slow dance every once in a while, like a slow cooking crock pot. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. It's usually bad. Somebody's toes get stepped on, and it's not a pleasant thing. I went to a wedding about half a year ago, and I did write out a check. And it was annoying. It was so impersonal. I mean, how dare you give money to somebody? It's like a hooker or something. It's like paying you for services. I only write checks to buy things and pay for them. I don't write checks to people. It's just odd to me. Hi, I know you. Can I give you some money? I'm kind of expecting sex, I guess, for it. I forget I said that last thing. I feel very odd giving money to people that I know as a gift. I mean, isn't a crock pot so much more personal? What I would love to do is buy them a crock pot and also like 1.5 pounds of beef so that they can actually start the crock pot the next day with the supplied beef. I don't think they have time to go shopping. I'll supply the beef for you. But again, I was told, Ron, you don't give people a package of beef for a wedding gift, even if it goes with the crock pot. Yeah, even if it goes with the crock pot. So I paid these people cash. Actually, it was a check, and I made the check out to the bride because she was the one that I knew. But I didn't know what name to put on. Do I put on her name or her new name? I don't know how you women just idly sit by and say, I've been living all my life, and now I'm going to marry this schmuck, and now my name's going to change. My identity will be his. I'm going to use his last name. So me as a woman, my identity, the one I grew up with, the one I've got on my Social Security thing, everything, I'm changing it to his name because he's the man. I don't know. I thought we were beyond that now. So I made the check out to her old name, and oh, believe me, she cashed it. And then I got a thank you card in the mail, and it said, "Thank you for your generous gift." Why don't you just say thanks for the check? I cashed it. I appreciate it. And it actually went through. You actually had sufficient funds, so thanks for that. It's all messed up. I'm telling you, it's all messed up. You have no idea it's all messed up. All right, we're going to take a little bit of an identification deal here, and then my guest will join us for today.
Ron Van Dam, master of the ancient art of talking to yourself as if there was actually someone listening.
Hey.
This is the Ron Van Dam Show.
Stop it.
On New England Broadcasting.
That's demeaning. I don't like that one.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thomas Stewart is Executive Director of the National Center for the Middle Market. And we're talking about, the holidays are coming up, quite obviously. And I'm assuming, without question, that is the busiest time to buy things online.
It absolutely is. I mean, every year the percentage of holiday sales that is online increases. Who knows what it's going to be this year, but it's not just the holiday season. Obviously, the holiday season is the top part of retail, but
right.
You can go down any main street and see empty storefronts and realize that business is going online, whether it's from Amazon or from smaller or mid-sized companies.
True. And it's time to buy things before prices of everything go up in January for obvious reasons. Anyway, let's move on. Let's not get political. We're talking about cyber attacks. We discussed this on the show quite a bit because it's probably America's most concerning situation because wars and attacks and crime takes place now online rather than in your pocket, certainly indirectly. Can companies actually be trusted when things are getting really busy to protect our purchases as far as theft is concerned, information and theft?
You know, I think more and more they can, Ron, although, as you said, as sales go online and as crime goes online, we see more and more cyber attacks. Cybersecurity becomes more and more important. And so we see both escalating attacks, but we also see escalating defense. We just did a survey of 1,000 companies, mid-sized companies across all industries. And one of the things we found compared to 2016 when we did the same number is a huge jump in the number of companies that see cybersecurity as being very important or extremely important. So, there's a lot more concern about it and a lot more action. And when you want to think about shopping itself, the retail industry ranks right up there with financial services and healthcare as being the three industries where the concern is the most. You also look at their spending, and you see that these companies are spending more and more and investing more and more in cybersecurity. Now, that said, there is no substitute for being alert. Just as you don't want to leave your wallet in an unlocked desk drawer in the holiday season for the same reason as you need to be alert. And whether you're an individual or a company, the single most important line of defense in cybersecurity is keeping your eyes open and not falling for stupid phishing email attacks that people, they're actually increasingly clever phishing email attacks. You just got to be alert and recognize that these guys are out there and they're smarter than ever, and it's a profit-making business for them. And you don't want to you don't want to have them get the profit. You want those retailers to get the profit from that shopping you're doing.
Tom, why is it so difficult for the good people, law enforcement, etc., to shut down these phishing entities? Why is that so impossible? Is it because they don't exist in this country? They're somewhere else? Does that make it impossible to
That's
to
part
harness?
of it. I mean, they exist all over the place. First of all, it's very. You can be anywhere. You can be in in a suburb of Boston or a suburb of Moscow or a suburb of Hong Kong. Well, I guess there is no suburbs of Hong Kong; it's all city. But you can be anywhere and launch one of these attacks. So you have this sort of tension between the convenience and openness and frictionlessness of an online network. We like that. We like that convenience.
Yes.
But then, how do you build security and protection around that? So what we're seeing is on the defense side, we're seeing lots more sophisticated technology, automatic, real-time threat detection. Some of the really sophisticated vendors are coming up with stuff that sees stuff very early.
Yeah.
But cybercrime is sort of like the flu. The virus keeps mutating.
Yeah.
And there are lots of people mutating that virus, and so you have to, the people on the defense have to be constantly vigilant, and to some extent, they're going to miss some. They are. Because the bad guys are clever too.
It reminds me of what Bush said after 9/11. He said they only have to be right once. We have to be right all the time.
And that's one of the things that's interesting. We have this old-fashioned idea that cyber criminals are sitting there saying, there's Fort Knox, and I want to get into that big target. It's sort of like, Ernst Stavro Blofeld in a James Bond movie, right? But in reality, most of these attacks are quick attacks where suddenly your screen goes down if you're a company and they say, send us $10,000 in Bitcoin. Boom.
Piracy,
it's that kind of thing. And so they send out as many phishing attacks as we get junk email.
Wow.
Because they don't care who it is. They're not going after Fort Knox. They're going after Fort anything.
Yeah.
Fort Tom, Fort Ron.
Yeah. Ooh, Fort Ron. I like that, actually.
Good luck, right?
Yeah. Let me ask you very quickly, at what expense is it for a company to defend themselves and defend all of us so that we can do business with their company? Is not the cost of that almost prohibitive to a point where it could affect business and prices?
It's a great question. The good news is no, for two reasons. Number one, you get more and more companies, particularly mid-sized companies, in which I know a lot, that go to cloud services providers. You just saw IBM buying Red Hat. You see, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft. So they outsource it.
Okay.
I'm not going to be. If I'm a mid-sized company, I cannot put up world-class defense by myself, but I can rent it, and that cost is not too much.
Okay.
The thing that we see in our data, which is great, is that the companies that are investing the most in cybersecurity are also the companies that are growing the fastest.
Good.
So the good news is that a good defense actually helps your offense.
Okay. Well, there's so much more we could talk about, but we kind of don't have time. And I'm sorry, but I could go on for hours with this conversation, but I'm not allowed to. So where do I go here to get more information?
Well, there is a lot more, and our website, which is middlemarketcenter.org, one word, middlemarketcenter.org, has this new cybersecurity data just released just before Halloween, and it's there with those data and more, and we could go on forever because this issue ain't going away.
No, and you do provide ways that people can protect themselves and how to watch out for things, and that all is on that site. One more time, that site?
It's middlemarketcenter.org.
Perfect. Hey, good talking to you, Thomas. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ron.
Take care. All right, that's enough. I hope that you've been somewhat entertained or informed today. I will remind you to vote if you haven't voted already. If you voted 2 years ago or 4 years ago, that doesn't count. It's like every 2 years you can do this. Sometimes more frequently locally, depending on your situation wherever you may live in your town or your city. But please vote. Make your feelings known. And, of course, the phrase is every vote counts, unless you're in an area where there's Republicans and they don't count all the votes. That's different, but usually they do count them all. It's the least you can do. Man, it's the least you can do. that and pay your taxes. Those two things you must do. You must do them. You must vote. I'm telling you, you must vote. If you pay taxes, you should vote. If you don't pay taxes, you should vote. You should vote. That's all I'm saying. Well, after the show, I'm going to go to my place of living, and I'm going to throw a pound of meat into my crock pot. And when I come home later on, there will be a great smelling dinner for me. When you walk in the door after a long day at work, assuming that I do work, and you open the door and this aroma comes at you. It just hits you. And you open up the lid of the crock pot, and the meat is just tender and falling apart, and you could just stick a fork in it and start eating it, although it sometimes gets pretty hot. You be careful. You put it over some noodles, whatever it may be, and you got yourself a dinner. Now, you may say, Ron, sounds like you work for the Crockpot Association of America. Yeah, so what? So maybe I do. We all have to have an identity. As a matter of fact, I have a little sticker that I put on my lapel, and it says, the Crockpot Association of America invites you to slow cook every night of the week. Have yourselves a wonderful day. I wish you peace.